Fleetguard is well known to have brought about disruptive change in the auto industry. What would you say is the key to success of such transformation projects?
According to me, the most disruptive thing to happen in any industry is the mindset of the top management. So I believe that if you have to have any disruption in the processes, given that your technology is going to be the same, or your competition can also have that same kind of technology or similar technology, you have to have something different in your company which cannot be easily copied by somebody else. So those were the processes. These are the processes that one should follow. Are we a filter manufacturer? Yes, we are a filter manufacturer, but I don't want to sell to my customers a filter. I want to sell them reliability in terms of not only the specifications of the product, but even the service. That's the key. That is what we did in Fleetguard.
2 out of 3 of such ambitious change initiatives fail. What did you do to ensure the success of your innovations?
Number one, we first put our infrastructure back-end in order. If you see any company, the first thing that they want to do is go in the market and start promising and selling something without understanding that if the order comes in, they are not going to able to supply it. If you see commercials, why many of the companies or the products have failed. If you see commercials in olden days, this product, that product, when you go to the market, it's not available. Many times it has happened. So first we ensure that our back-end system is fantastic, which is suppliers taken care of. Number two, our in-house processes taken care of. Number three, then comes the warehouses where we have our buffer system. And fourth, our distribution network and for aftermarket as well as the OEMs and the OES. After we were 100% sure of this system, yes, it is going to require improvement, obviously. But when we were sure that yes, this is a good enough thing, which in TOC language we call good enough, or on your intuition you're fine, you don't have to go much into too much of analysis. We went to the OEMs, we presented it to them that this is what we are going to do, and this is the reason why we think that we can give you what you want, when you want, where you want. After we implemented this, we do not go to OEMs now or for the past 10 years now that give us a forecast or give us a schedule. We say we don't want a schedule, we don't want a forecast. Our selling point is availability of our product.
The biggest source of competitive edge is to implement a paradigm which is different from industry. Can you give us an example of how you have done it in any area, let us say manufacturing for that matter?
There is no measurement of plant. No? Plant is not measured for utilization. Plant is measured for have you filled the BPR? Are all the parts in green? They are in green. Whether you have worked for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't care. I don't want the plant to run unnecessarily. The policy is that if, let us say there is no demand, BPR is at 100%, so which means I don't need to manufacture anything. The instructions are machines will be shut, factory will be shut, and then you can do whatever you want to of your choice, ethical only, no hanky-panky things. You want to play cricket, you play cricket. You want to listen to music, you listen to music. You want to chit-chat, gossip, do that. I have no problem. But do not run the plant. Because it is already 100% BPR, you don't need to manufacture anything. It's a cost. Because you are not going to sell it. So your focus needs to get into the market. Why there is a situation today where there is no order. So something has gone wrong in the market, that's a different thing, we will check it. But Obviously, we have not faced such a situation yet, thankfully.
Can you give a similar example in supply management? What paradigm change have you implemented in your approach to vendors?
Strategic sourcing means calling a supplier, your existing supplier, or trying to find out new suppliers with new manufacturing technologies or new technology products is strategic sourcing. But strategic sourcing, unfortunately, globally is used for, Mr. Supplier X, please come here. You are giving me this product for 10. How are you going to reduce your cost and give it to me for 9 rupees? Because I already have a supplier who has quoted me 9 rupees. So I am going to give that share of business more to that person who's giving to me at 9. This is what is happening under strategic sourcing. In this company, even whenever you want to talk, you can even talk to our supply chain guy or the purchase head. The thing is very clear. I do not want to go to the existing suppliers and trying to tell them that please reduce your cost. No, I don't want you to go to supplier B against supplier A and try to negotiate something. They are going to take shortcuts, they are going to cut corners. Eventually, it will affect your availability. It's a long arrow, but it will affect your availability. Because you are going to have quality problems, there are going to be rejections, he is not going to follow your systems because he is unhappy, and if it's not a win-win, things do not work. So instead, work on something with your suppliers where you can get substantial reduction, which will not eat into his profits, is our philosophy even with vendors.
Technology is usually required to sustain major changes. Can you elaborate on various digital initiatives that you took?
So we, as far as digitization is concerned, or the systems or the IT information technology is concerned, we have just two. One is ERP, which is Oracle, and second one is an in-house developed product, which is, we call it in-house Samanvay. So both these systems integrate with each other and they connect everything, right from suppliers, the purchase order on supplier or schedules on suppliers, to the last point, which is the mechanic, the MLP points which are collected, the retailer sales, the distributor sales, everything is on these two systems. With this digitization and with these systems that we have, I will say we are semi or quasi autopilot as far as the processes goes, daily processes.
EV is the buzzword these days in the industry. How do you plan to meet the challenge of transition to electric vehicles?
Frankly speaking, we are not. I'll tell you why. India, according to me, at least for the next 15 to 20 years, will not be on EV in the segment we operate in, which is commercial segment. Two-wheelers, three-wheelers, passenger vehicles, intra-city buses will go to EV, no doubt about that. We are not in two-wheeler, we are not in three-wheeler, we are not in four-wheeler. These are the first people who are going to transform. Then it will be commercial vehicles. So, right now India is talking about many technologies, hydrogen, fuel cell, CNG, ethanol, methanol, biofuel. There are a lot of stuff going on. We are covered on technologies with all of them except the EV, because EV is not going to require too much of filtration in any ways, right? So we have yet time to see what we need to do to ensure that if EV comes into commercial segment, what do we need to do?